Welcome back to the Bets.net Challenger Series. We're into map 2 of our series between Red Reserve and forZe. The second map, as picked by Red Reserve, is of course none other than Overpass. And I would say that this is probably one of their better maps in the pool. I guess you could argue to a greater extent that it may be one of the best maps in the pool for them. They've had a fantastic win rate over the past 3 months on it. And they've taken out some very, very reputable names like Avantgarde, Alternate Attacks, Stiffmeister, of course the current Wind and Rain roster. So plenty of victories to Red Reserve's favour versus the likes of forZe, who haven't really had very many good victories to them. They've only ever beaten teams that seem to be below their level on Overpass. So coming into this one, I kind of have my doubts about whether they'll be able to put it into decent effect here against the Red Reserve side. My personal opinion is that this one will go to a third map just because of how one-sided each of the picks were. And Inferno is a whole other can of worms, which we will get to if we must get to it, because right now we are ready to get into our knife round for forZe and Red Reserve to get the choice of side. Any consolation prize for forZe at this moment is that they have a nice T-side bias that they could work into. They can win this knife round. Maybe they might go into the T-side start, or otherwise might have a shout at a CT start and then to turn it into a very nice T-side finish. All options available for forZe if they can win the knife round, of course. If Red Reserve take it, though, there'll be no doubt in my mind that the Swedes will win this map, but no, it will be forZe to take the knife, and they will get their choice of side, and they will stay on CT as tradition will have it. So there we are. Nothing will change as we go into the pistol forZe for a CT start. Red Reserve have options available to them, but of course, it all comes down to the pistol to kick things off. So when they are ready, we'll jump straight into map number 2 of the series and see if forZe can claim it in 2, or whether Red Reserve will force us to the likes of Inferno. So here we go. Pistol round ready to go for Red Reserve versus forZe. They love it. They love it. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. You gotta love it. Right. Pistol round. Sviat's got the defuse kit and the smoke. The USP's out for the CT side, but Freddy Frog's got Raid Boss, and he's putting it straight to the forehead of XSE. Shutting him down. Plessin will come up against Face Crack, ready and waiting to pop him as well. That actually spots the first man with this Glock, and as a result, Face Crack will peek and get the trade back to a 4 versus 4. 3 CTs towards this connected position. Does mean the Red Reserve can exploit the lack of long presence, and indeed they will. Rotations coming out, so Sviat's trying to get himself on the A side to defend it, and may spot Freddy Frog, or maybe Freddy Frog might spot him first. He's creeping around, looking towards his bank position, and it's DJL to get the second frag here for Red Reserve. Face Crack will trade it. CT's on quick rotation. Cool, they are going to get dinked down little on 1 HP. 1 bullet from Freddy's going to be able to do it, and a P250 on this Raid Boss is trying to see if he can suppress Jerry for a couple of seconds. All the bullets miss. No damage done, but they keep him at bay for a 3 versus 2. Shots ring out. Face Cracker goes falling Jerry with 1 shot headshot. Looking for Freddy as the second man, but no. He can't connect it back behind the dumpster of bank, and that's the first round on the board. A pistol to the favour of Red Reserve. Scout out for forZe as they force their way into this one, but as has been pointed out, they've left the entire B-bomb site open. Jerry will try and get some presence here with his Deagle. Could deny the bomb planter, actually. Button will cross, but crouches his way to victory, picks up the first frag for the T side. The CTs will be suppressed here by Relaxer. Oh, very nice backstab position in the catch face crack off guard. They're not expecting him to be here towards the drain area of Monster. The first frag will go to the favour. And the second follow-up will go to the favour of Red Reserve. 3 versus 5. Sviat could catch Pleasant off guard. A very nice flick. Technically a wallbanger because it went through the guard railing, but still very nice flick regardless to turn things 2 for 1. So he's picked up a little bit to work with on this UMP, and maybe a nice little boost going for forZe in the next round. But for the most part, this will be a second round on the board for Red Reserve. Just CT trying to make their way away and grab that armor for little. I pass the UMP off to him in this next round, see if he can take some damage, take some kills, and potentially farm up some money for forZe. But Red Reserve are ready for this eco to come through from the CT side. I don't think they spotted that scout on XSC, so maybe they might be underestimating what forZe have to work with in this round. Then invested a Mac 10 on Pleasant. As usually the kind of gun you take into an anti-eco like this to farm up cash. There's only usually pistols out for the CT side at this point. And XSC is going to give away his hand very early, try to take some flick shots, but missing both of them, not catching a single bit of damage, and utility damage will do onto him. 50 HP remaining, but he's still taking point with this scout. forZe will rotate 3 players in the B side to try and assist him back towards passive A. That's it. Eventually he is forced out with a flashbang. Pete coming in from Pleasant. Scout spots. But again, he's unable to hit his shots. 3 times he's taken faces against T-side players and he's missed them all. So 1 minute and 10 seconds remain for Red Reserve to make their push into a bomb site. At the moment it is just slowly prodding away, DJL in particular. Putting some presence over towards this B bomb site. May look for a frag. Oh, but Little still in the smoke. And will jump down to get himself a nice $600 kill. Meanwhile, Jerry's waiting for the CT players to come out from mid, and he will get 1 frag as well. Relaxer will trade him back. Sviat also goes falling, 3 versus 3. Still damage being done, and if this UMP can get 1 more frag, this will be a round well done from forZe. Not quite, but still. $600, 2 players falling out of favour. If XSE gets 1 more frag, then it's going to be great, but no. Not to be. Red Reserve 3-0 start. 3 players staying in play, but unfortunately, I think one of those AKs fell out. No, sorry, they had 3 SMGs in that last round, so they only lost the Mac 10 and 1 UMP. So reinvestments to come through. Relaxer will hold on to his ump and try get some value out of that weapon. Double orbs out for forZe. XSE and Little have it for the CT side. And Red Reserve, oh, will tank a grenade straight down at Sviat's just brought a major advantage for his team. As he places a grenade fantastically towards Monster, and several players are going to get tagged extremely low for it. Pleasant, Freddy, and Button all tagged up early on, but DJL will still get the first frag. Pleasant will eventually end up falling into the hands of Jerry. Sviat's looking for his wallbanger spray on DJL. Will find it to a 3 versus 3. Counter smokes come back. Jerry trying to suppress them here with a small gap. A minute and 10 still remaining. Face crack will finally take down Button, and that's going to be the bomb in the favour of the CT side. It's not quite in their control, but they know where it is, and Face crack will now just start to sandwich them in here from the short push. Ooh, Freddy Frog jumps by, but I don't think he saw him. It didn't look like he was going to go ahead and re-peek. It didn't look like he fired his weapon either. But forZe know where this bomb is, and they are responding appropriately. Orp out towards heaven from Lit already, and waiting to cut them off as they cross into the B bomb site. He spots the head of Relaxer, takes it off his shoulders, splatters his brains all across Monster. And Freddy Frog is alone. 1 versus 3. Smokes down. Caught off guard. Jerry peeks it. Jerry gets himself a 2 key. And forZe will get there first. The double AWP will be in play now here for the CT side. One in the hands of XSE, one in the hands of Little. Meanwhile, Red Reserve have one in the hands of Relaxer as they creep up towards the midline. Boost out from forZe. XSE is ready and waiting for this. I think he may have spotted a pix on one of these players. Flashbang into the bathrooms. The T's try and clear it out, but no one is here. It's all just down to this passive control here from the AWP player. Freddy's going to peek. Oh, no, sorry. Freddy's roll below. Interconnector, my bad. Thought he was there, ready and waiting to push in to the mid position. Oh, but Relaxer spotted, and XSE is going to take him down for it. Boost used to great effect. forZe have control, and XSE is looking for a little bit more, but he only gets Plessin to 23 HP, so still a kill, still an advantage now in terms of the HP and the men for forZe, but can they hold on to it as Red Reserve get themselves set up for their push? The default has not gone their way. forZe have pushed straight up through Monsters. sviat's covering this one off. He's out in the open, but he's just going to ensure that Red Reserve can't rotate back through T-main. Now just going to go straight into through long. Face crack, takes the peek, takes down Button. Looking for a little bit more. Freddy Frog will finally shut him down. But now Jerry, next banner respond. Grenades come through, flashbangs over. Jerry waiting for his peek. Connects up 2 sprays, but only gets the 1 frag. Still the AWP's in the back line, and he trades out the bomb planter. Plessin will get 1 more back, and he gets Little as well. So suddenly this AWP has brought himself a lifeline. 1 versus 1. Grenade doesn't land, and Plessin is low as beyond anything else. Trying to get a flick on towards this one man. Spots him out for the second phase. Takes the second shot, but he isn't able to get the kill. Looking for sviat. Looking for him back here behind the flower pot. He knows exactly where he is. Giving it a little bit too much time. Spots him out. No! sviat takes him down. And sviat will win it out for forZe. The second round will be on the board for the CT side board. But it didn't need to be this way. It got a little bit too close thanks to the AWP. And thanks to Red Reserve's overall push into the bomb side, and mostly thanks to Plessin on the AWP. Was up for a 3K clutch. But in the end, the HP advantage got to him. That'll be a second on the board for the Russian squad. Double AWPs will get damaged going into this next round, unfortunately. However, forZe have lost an amount of money. It could get even worse if Red Reserve are able to connect some good frags together. They are going to get 1 frag and a second, so 3 versus 3. XSE is trying to bracket them in with this AWP, but Plessin's a little bit too smart to repeat this one, and the Molotov will force them away eventually. They are going to get a bomb plant as well, so for a quasi-eco buy from Red Reserve, it's not that bad. They've got an AWP to play with. They could still fend off the incoming CT players as the CZ unfortunately spabs a little bit too early, and Jerry will take down Plessin for it. DJL still will trade it, so it becomes an expensive round for forZe, regardless of whether they make this retake work. And even then, they're running out of time. They do have to make the push into the site eventually. They know the AWP's out towards mid, but they have no info on where Freddy is. Flashbangs over. XSE spotted and taken down. Leaving it all up to sviat, the last man left on the bomb site itself, taking out Freddy. Going to have to stick this defuse, has no choice. Smoke will go down, but DJL spots him. Tries to cover, but unfortunately he won't be able to do so. DJL a 3K, Red Reserve still a 4th, away from forZe. Keep their lead at 2 rounds here on this T side. That actually forces forZe to an eco in this case. Didn't get the economy building, run a lot of rounds deep in terms of investment, and unfortunately they lost out a lot because of it. Plessin and Button straight in with 2 frags as well as a result. 2 easy kills on armorless opponents. It's just going to work out so well for Red Reserve in this one. Just after the aggression and see what the CTs can find with unorthodox tactics, but again, you're looking at this kind of thing just like, what can you really do? Other than maybe get a lucky link with a P250 and maybe take a player down for it. And maybe do some sort of economical dink somewhere against Red Reserve, but I'm not expecting much. Even if they do take one player down, then it won't be a major loss here for Red Reserve. And, well, XSE is going to get close, but not close enough. 5 rounds on the board here for Red Reserve. Three-round lead above the forZe side, who will buy. Awkward buy, but they will buy nonetheless here into now round number 8, into another rifle round for Masters, M4's AWP, and SMG for Jerry, sure, but it is enough that they could still bring a fight back to Red Reserve. Let's see, as they go into an A-center default, 4 players pushing up aggressive from mid and long. They like to do this a lot, but so far hasn't yielded amazing results except for this AWP play towards the fountain. FaceCrack's going to be the first man in towards this fountain instead. He could catch Red Reserve players off guard, but what will it be? Sprays coming in from the park area as well. Flashbang keeps one player low. XSE blind as a bat. FaceCrack comes in the backstab, takes down Relaxer, looks for Barton as well, tries to focus fire towards teammate, and as a result he falls for it. But XSE is able to take down Pleston, and Sviat's still challenging alongside Little, does get a frag. 2 versus 4 will remain. Make it just 1 as Jerry reads DJL on the B-bomb site. Only man to hold it, but the SMG is more than enough. High rate of fire shuts him down, and Freddy is the lone man that remains. AK swapped out. AK for the last T-side player, but can he do anything with it? He's got the bomb on his back. Got a bit of map control to work with. In connector as well, so he could rotate to either side of the map. There's only so much here for the lone Red Reserve Swede. 40 seconds left, and Freddy up against XSE, and XSE will take him down. 3-5, forZe on an eco to a rifle. A bit of an awkward rifle, but still a rifle nonetheless. They're able to buy in and steal around away once again from Red Reserve. Red Reserve have built up economy though, so they're going to buy in. All pout for Relaxer, AKs for everybody else. Full sets of utility across this board. And you go into round number 9. Still only a couple rounds away. forZe are keeping this one competitive so far in map 2. It is early into these defaults here across the T-side board, down connector halls. On the B-bomb site, forZe going to take a much more passive stance here in this round. They've still got XSE holding down mid. No one towards long, however. Could be a problem if Pleston and Barton make their way up. XSE's got no way of knowing. He's just covering off this midline, and the smokes, the flashbangs will force him away. Nothing he can do from this position. Flashbangs over. XSE will fall back. Look for Relax. I think he may have just spotted him. He's ready for this. A small pixel is all that separates Relaxer and XSE. The AWPers hold face and they just get ready. Don't ever meet each other. 30 seconds left. Red Reserve have played this default extremely passively. They haven't found a single force player, so they have to make a push in relatively quick, and you've got to make it successful. 20 seconds left. FaceCrack close. XSE still back towards the bank area in the backlines for Red Reserve. They're going to go for a very late execution again. Taking ages to set up these defaults, and now have to hit the bomb site extremely quick. If they don't deal with FaceCrack, then that's going to be the round over. Nothing much left for them. They will get him down, but the bomb's being dropped. It's got to get plotted immediately, and Freddy has not got enough time. forZe will push this one in. If they get a frag, it's going to get disastrous for the T-side economy, but they won't be able to take down Relaxer, Freddy, or Button. Again, the exact same problem that Red Reserve seem to have on this T-side is timing. More specifically, execution timing. How they are always too late to make a push into a bomb site work. Ooh, XSE, a very nice flick on Plesser to kick off the round. And Red Reserve on a forced buy back into this one will already concede. Straight up to mid, XSE. It's a beautiful flick on Pleasant. Runs back into the long position. Good flashbang. Try and catch FaceCrack off guard, push him back towards this position. Sviat takes DJL meanwhile, and XSE still challenging towards the long position. Does catch Button off. This round is just falling apart for Red Reserve. It's all relaxing now alone. 1 versus 5 out towards the midline. Catches a glimpse of FaceCrack, but that's all he'll find. A glimpse. No tag damage and no frag. As forZe equalise here on the CT side. 5-5 against Red Reserve's lead. And a tactical pause also up here for the Swedes. To try and figure out what went wrong. They try and figure out their stance in this matchup. Because it has gone from a solid T side to now back within contention for some serious action from forZe. If they can turn this around, get themselves 8. And get themselves 10, actually, that would be the most ideal situation for them at this point in time. Then maybe there is a chance. So, Little gets the first frag, kicking things off in this next round here. DJL to full. Red Reserve have only got pistols in a bit of an eco quasi. Like Freddy Frog has got himself a CZ, Kevlar, and helmet here. That's the best that Red Reserve are currently sporting. One minute 10 remaining on the clock. I'm going to push it towards long where XSE does have autonomy over and he spots the first man. And I'm going to get the frag. He spots the smoke as well. Ooh, good position from Pleasant. Trying to take some good pop shots, but is unable to land the head. XSE gets out of dodge as a result. Free attacking point, 40 seconds remaining. Red Reserve going to make their way into the bomb site. Flashbang over. Little gets 1 through the smoke. That's 2k overall for him, but 3k on Button. And FaceCrack and XSE chime into 2 more. Taking the lead away from Red Reserve. Cleaning house against the Pistols. Forcing them to another buyback here on the Swedish side. Once again, XSE gets aggressive towards his midline. He's been very good at getting opening picks for the CTs, but outside of a couple rounds ago, he wasn't able to do anything in this one. Just got the ore peeking up back towards the bathrooms position. Several other players here from Red Reserve are also covering off this angle, but XSE doesn't see any of them. He's still just ready and waiting. They made their way all the way into mid, but he quickly flicks on Flesson, trying to get the second man. DJL will get traded by FaceCrack. Little will trade out with the AWP. The last man standing on the A bomb site. Button comes in for the flank and deals the damage to a 2 versus 2, but the bomb's been dropped, and Jerry's just waiting for this. 15 HP on Relaxer. He's just standing and waiting. Jerry must realize that they picked up the bomb. He must realize that Relaxer is close. He's going to check this. He does, but Relaxer's got the drop on him and grabs the headshot for the T side, backing his way off into the A-bomb site. Should get the plant down. But he'll take his sweet time with this one. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. And Sviat is ready and willing to shut this man down. M4 in his hands. Actually going to rotate towards the B bomb site. He believes the Red Reserve side may have gone through connector. But no. They're back on A. Planting for dumpster. Sviat's going to quickly realize this as well. Rapen was trying to get a backstab together. Red Reserve may have heard the footsteps. Relax is already covering off this position, so he's anticipating this position. So that's got to work quickly. I don't think it's going to work quickly enough. Slowly making his way in. Could catch the angle on this one T-side player, and indeed he does. Now he's just got to find Batten alone. Position given up. And Incendiary kind of bang. This is perfect. Smoke on the bomb itself. Taps it once, but gets shut down by the AK anyway. Button will win out the round for Red Reserve. Take the lead back to a tie at 6-6. The Swedes will not go down. They will not die just yet. Orbs come out, the MAC-10 for DJL, the 3 AKs outside of that, so not quite the best of buys from the T side, but still enough. Up against forZe's double AWP might cause a couple of problems, but they really, most importantly, need to get this entry frag. Towards Monster to try and do this. Last time they tried this, forZe put a nade in that tunnel, and they found themselves a lot of damage for it. It's only Jerry this time here on the B-bomb site. You've seen the first man, but now hearing footsteps galore. Got to try and defend it, and it'll only get the one. Well, sorry, you won't even get anything else. It'll just get damage on Pleasant. DJL will get traded by Sviat. So 4 versus 4, and the CTs have no presence on the B-bomb site. The bomb will go down. Base crack will try and start to peek up towards him here. Taking the charge. Oh, great flashbang over, but he doesn't spot Freddy. Freddy takes him down for it. Turns on for a double kill. 7 HP. Relaxer will trade, but the CTs realizes that their chances are slim with these two AWPs. They might find Freddy. Little will get the quick flick back towards Monster. But trying to find the rest of the T-side players. I have a doubt it's going to work out. Plessing gets a good tag, but again, it's not going to work out for them. Little will eventually take him down, and Button will just fall out. XSC. And Little just there to save the AWPs, and Red Reserve will be back in the lead at 7 rounds. But considering how lopsided this buy was from the T side, means that there may be a much more awkward buy ahead of them. They're going to get the full AKs out, but little utility on DJL. Freddy's handicapped by 1, everybody else has full sets. So not the worst buy in the world, but compared to what forZe have been able to get saving those 2 AWPs, looking a little bit better from the CT side in my opinion, but let's see where the Swedes do go into the B bomb site and into connector. They're going to go once again quickly down towards this monster position. Are they going to get the nade out again? No, they're not, but they've got more CTs here. 4 in total, actually. This could be a very good round from forZe. Plessing gets 1. Jerry gets a quick trade back, and Freddy will trade him. Leaves Button on 10 HP. The AWP of XSE deals the damage. Sviat comes through, drops the bomb. Relaxer and DJL in a 2 versus 3. Sviat's on 1 HP, though surely someone should be able to take him down, and DJL is ready for this. He spots XXE, takes him down, looks for Sviat, and shuts him out for a double kill. It's all down to Little. 1v2. Bottom going down on site, but he's creeping around with the AWP. Smoke goes together. Flashbang over. Little peeks away. Quick scopes down Relaxer and has bomb control. Taps it. No defuse kit. Is going to stick him for a couple of seconds. But only for a couple of seconds at that. DJL trying to incendiary him out. He spots him. Rotates back away. Little's going to hear these footsteps. Suppressed him for all they can. However, now he's got to put on the defuse. He's got to stick it at this point. He's got no choice. Trying to look for a defuse kit on one of his fallen teammates, but it's just not there, and he's not got enough time for this now. He's got to fall away. No, he does get a defuse kit, but DJL peaks at a perfect time. Brings the half advantage to Red Reserve. 8-6, and they've whittled forZe down to a little bit of money on this final round buy. They still should be confident enough to get some rifles out. Even an AWP I was going to say on Little. Yeah, he's going to go glass cannon and the defuse kit. UMP, M4, 2 UMPs and a 5.7. Against the AWP and the 3 AKs for Red Reserve alongside a UMP of DJL. As the T's look to close this one out up 9-6. forZe want to look for 8-7. This isn't their map pick, but if they can do a good job on this first half and come back into a very strong T-side setup, then maybe it might not be so far gone from them. Little gets the first. Relaxer going down. Counter smokes come back and forZe maintain their map control with what they've got. The AWP of Little is going to try and take the offensive line. Takes a shot, but the flashbang keeps them back at bay. Pleasant will pick him off, dropping the big green gun for the CT side. The CTs have left the A-bomb side. Reserve will set themselves up on the retake for this one. forZe have lost their defuse kit, but XSE was in a good position to potentially change that. He's going to go down, however. FaceCrack does get a good headshot on Button. Now an AK to work with. This is a 3 versus 3. All 6 players have themselves automatic weapons, all and AWP, and Pleasant will put his to work, taking FaceCrack out from mids. Fiat coming out from bathrooms, trying to find a good angle towards long. Jerry trying to look for Pleasant, but he gets traded back, so it's all Fiat as the last man remaining. Flashbang pounces off of the lamppost, but he still gets DJL. And now looking for Pleasant. AK versus M4, and Sviat turns it on for the spray. Diffuse kit in his hand, he will stick it. And he will find himself a 7th round for the forZe CT side. Blundering start, but the Russians have turned this one around to a very close half. 8-7 in the favour of Red Reserve, and a fantastic clutch from Sviat at the end, despite a couple of things going wrong for him. Only one round will separate these squads as we go into the second half. Red Reserve's CT-sided half. Potentially an upset potential half for forZe. Again, I mentioned they have a T-side bias, so keeping this one close could mean domination from either side. Let's take a look at the pistol buy-up, see how they're going to try and counteract this first round in the half. The Kevlar's going to get brought up from most players. Sviat looks like he's got an upgraded pistol. Indeed he does. He's passed it out to Little with a flash and a smoke. Ready to place the port for forZe. Red Reserve have the defuse kit and smoke on DJL. Standard ninja setup. And forZe will go quickly into Monster, flashbanging their way inside. Pleasant will get forced away, but back up towards Toxic Barrels to try and deal with players alongside crossing on fire. Button down, FaceCrack actually takes XSE out of play. And the T's, after losing those initial engagements, will rotate back towards short, try to see if they can push in towards the connector position instead. DJL and Button hearing these footsteps, trying to take pop shots away, but Relaxer doesn't see anything. Ooh, but DJL gets the information. He knows where they are now. He knows they're towards short. Are they going to pull a fake here towards connector is the question. 1 minute 10. forZe just giving a little bit of info away. They've got one man back towards long, but surely the information should be called out and they should know where this bomb is going. Now the utility will confirm it. Button trying to lock down Monster still. FaceCrack's on site, but Relaxer still here towards Toxic Barrels. He gets himself one before Sviat trades him. And Button back here towards Ramp will get traded by Little. But he's the last man in a 1 versus 2. DJL got no armor, so he's got to be careful how he peeks here from their heaven position. And Little will get on site, get the bomb down. Freddy Frog's also going to peek it. And, well, Little's not looking the right way. USP shots come through, but a P250 still wins it. Okay. Still possible now with no armor on DJL. Smoking down short. Taps the bomb once. Looks for Little. A single bullet's all he's going to need. He's going to peek into this T-side player. We'll catch it. We'll just about bring Red Reserve's pistol around, but that got a little bit too close for comfort. And forZe going to very easily turn that whole thing around there. And of course, forZe like their tactical pauses. So they'll take one right here after the pistol round. Unfortunately, I don't really see much that you can do in the context of a pistol round loss. So whether they're thinking about forcing up or not with this, I guess they'll probably maybe taking that extra 30 seconds to think about whether they wanted to force up with the bomb plant, perhaps. Personally, I would say no, let's not do that. Let's go and save the money into an early rifle round where you're probably going to have a better chance against Red Reserve. But this is also the same team that were able to put CZs against Red Reserve's T-side and shut them down every step of the way and try and keep themselves ahead of the curve just about on Mirage. Let's see if that will remain the same case here on Overpass. They are 2 rounds down at the moment, so let's see whether the force by gamble will work. UMP for Face Crack, CZ for Jerry, P250s for everybody else. Armor, helmets for everyone except Face Crack. And 4 flashbangs to boot here for forZe. Here we go. Looking for a B setup. Freddy Frog's hearing all these footsteps. Catches actually full frontal of the flashbang. He takes down one player. Looks for his second frag. Will get traded back by P250 eventually. And Face Crack will make his way on to the bomb site. They've still got to deal with DJL. He's ready and waiting a peek. He's going to deny this bomb plant of Sviat. Very easily done. Patience is a virtue. And the virtue turns to a 4-on-2 to the favour of the CT side. Face Crack up towards Graffiti, trying to chance up against one of these CT players, but they now know where he is based off that footstep. And Little will get a dink down on one player before he falls. Face Crack can't do anything from there. DJL locks out his double kill. With Freddy Frog aggressive here towards Monster, gives himself 2 of his own. And Red Reserve shut down forZe's force. 10-7. Another T side kind of have to eco in this one, get a rifle out for 4 rounds of loss bonus. Scratch that, it'll be 3 rounds of loss bonus, my mistake. Relax up. Scout out early into the mid position. Which is a decent enough glimpse on where the T side are going. He doesn't know their presence known here towards long. They're going to go rushing this one down. Well, back is Sviat going to make his way in from mid, but Plesson's going to spot these players. The USP is all he needs to take Jerry down. Turns the UMP onto Little. $600 in the bank with a headshot to boot. Relaxer button, 2 kills. Relaxer gets himself a second. There it is. 11-7 favour to Red Reserve. And forZe will be up for the buy-up now. The AWP coming up from XSC immediately. Glass cannon. Risky. I would have thought that would have been more advisable for Little to buy that down, because you can still afford armor and utility and drop him the AK instead. So a pretty major misbuy from forZe, if I do say so myself. Molotov's out, here we go. Into the park position, forZe will go. And actually, the CTs are bracketed in Jerry right here. We'll take down Freddy Frog, but they've got connected controls. When they peek out, they may just find this frag. No, Jerry turns on for his second. And almost connects the spray on Button for the third. But Button wins it out. So 2-for-1 still to the favour of forZe, and they've got no presence on the A bomb site. Red Reserve have got to set themselves up quick. As Relax has got to scout out towards the bathrooms. Peek spots players, but is unable to get the flicking shot. Little takes him down. DJL and Button, the last 2 left now for Red Reserve. And they will fall out, grab the AK that was dropped by Jerry. Concede the 8th to the forZe side. Not too dire, however. They have money saved. There is at least something extra for them to be working with at the moment. There it is. 8 rounds on the board for the T side. 2 rifles saved from Red Reserve, and again, they've got money. Plenty of it right here. Double AWPs in play. 2 M4s, the AK from Button. Red Reserve will invest in full for this next round. Could still get a couple of Juggernauts out for forZe in the next round against forZe if forZe managed to win this one. Ooh, but early peek from Freddy Frog, boosted up by the second man. Spotting Little, taking him down. They back right off. Plesson goes back towards Graffiti as they found all they needed, that one frag, to gain the man advantage and just stay in passive positions. It's a nice tactic for the CT side. This is the triangle of death set up on the B side. This basically locks out any position that you can attack from. Although it does kind of leave it open to the boost from shore, of course on the railing. We've seen many players use up. That could catch the likes of Freddy off guard. Fortunately, he's pushed up in front of Toxic Barrel, so there's not too major of a problem. I think he's actually behind the pillar, so they can't actually see him from that position, but we'll have to take a look at that in demo review to know for certain. Meanwhile, towards long, Relax is going to put his AWP to a favor, take down Sviat. 5 versus 3 as Jerry moves in from Monster. AK in hand, DJL will shut him down, however. He gets a good amount of damage on him, but no T-side players there to follow it up. Meanwhile, in towards mid, XSE taking a shot, taking out Plesson, but Button's creeping up and he's hearing footsteps towards Connector. Shuts down face, Crack leaves the AWP as the lone man left. A killer piece for the remaining players that are alive for the CT side. XSE, very few options available to him. He's got to get this bomb down. He's got 30 seconds to try and do so, and you can see what his strategy is. He's just going to fall out and save it. AWP may be more worth it at this point in time, but no money for him, and $1,400 a loss bonus on forZe. I don't think they can afford to buy off the basis of that, actually. We'll see the specifics when the round comes to a close, but needless to say, it's not a fantastic state of affairs for forZe. This is a reset victory for Red Reserve as they make their way up to 12-8 on the CT side. And yeah, Moneyline's not looking fantastic for forZe. Actually, it's kind of looking a lot better than I was initially anticipating, so they could actually force the buy here. And with these CZs out, you know, what's the difference between a pistol and a rifle when you're basically dealing in those absolutes? Galil for face crack. Sviat's going to go in with an Eagle Armor. I thought he was going to get a little bit more out. Got a bit more. He could get an AK. He could have gone for an AK, but forZe don't seem like they're on the same page for this round. forZe, if for all intents and purposes this is a force buy, it's just Sviat not looking likely that he wants to go and join his teammates in the rifles and the AWP. So face crack, first man in, taking fire, fights against man towards Toxic Barrels. Jerry close range with the CZ, takes DJL, and Sviat turns the Eagle onto the second man. Plesson will trade as Jerry shall fall, and Molotov will suppress them and force them back towards Monster and T-Spawn. 2-for-1 trade, favor to the forZe T side at the moment. Still a minute to go here. And they have got CTs slowly rotating both of the AWPs here towards the A-bomb side. If they crossfire and hit all of their shots, this will be glorious, but it's extremely risky from Red Reserve. Laxa will rotate back as a result. Freddy actually is going to go ahead and join them. They're going to gamble the B site once again. Seeing no other players here from forZe, seeing no presence of this T side. Means that forZe will have an open and free A-bomb side. They will still execute as standard. Smokes, Molotovs in the hands of players as they try and set it up. The CT is going to realise what's up, and I don't even think Red Reserve will even want to go for this. And forZe is forced by, well, part forced by if you don't include Sviat. It's actually going to steal around away from Red Reserve. And again, it's exactly what I was talking about earlier. The play on Mirage for both squads to force into a war of attrition. They've proven that their CZ and pistol play and even their UMP play to a certain extent can trade rounds away between these two squads. Now, it's just up to Red Reserve to save what they can. The double AWP and the AK will be a very valuable asset to this CT side in the next round as they'll look to buy it together. They will have enough for a buy-up, I believe. Question is, will it be enough for the M4s, more specifically? DJL, Button, yep, actually, they've saved a decent amount of money, and there can even be rifles dropped from Relaxer and Freddy. Plesson's fine, he's got the AK. Here they come for Red Reserve, investing into this round. Another forced buy round, but a lot stronger than forZe had in the last one. Red Reserve, this is still a reset opportunity against forZe. forZe will still be playing in the next round, obviously. They've still got a decent amount of money in the reserves. Oh, great brain from Pleasant. Jerry and XXC will pay for it. sviat falling the 58, Jerry the 50. Smokes and they all like coming in from forZe. However, they're going to go quickly into this B bomb site and they spray their way on through. Face crack, trying to take down DGL. We get Pleasant as well, but Freddy with a quick trade. Back towards the ramp, he'll look for a little bit more. T's are on the site, however, and Freddy's got no vision in this whatsoever. Just scoped in, focusing on Monster. And forZe will actually force Red Reserve away from the B bomb site. It's Button and Relaxer, 2 versus 4. Little gets spotted out here, sprayed down. Button connects a frag on a low HP player, but just as quickly as he takes those 2, Relaxer will fall to a 1 versus 2 now for Button. A 4K clutch to save this round, save this opportunity for the CTs. But it won't happen. Jerry, the tightest of angles, but the perfect angle for his 3K. A 10th round on the board now for forZe. They're catching up to Red Reserve within 2 of the lead of the CT Swedes. The AWP coming out, the M4's on Freddy and Button, the UMP for DJL, and Pleasant has a CZ. Relaxer gets the first frag of the round. Not sure where from. It looked like it may have been a mid-peak. I'm not sure if it was aggressive from the birthday party boost, the stairs, or whether it was just the T-cell overextending early into that CT hold. But either way, he's taking the first frag. He's backed off through bathroom and he's holding here from the long flower pot. forZe will sheepishly make their way into the mid position. Seconds still left. Freddy's been tagged kind of low. I'm not sure why that was. It may have been the early engagement against Jerry here towards Monster. "35 seconds left. Red Reserve are holding themselves down. forZe need to make their move into the bomb site. They're down by a man, but they could still hit B and make this 4 versus 2 kind of work. Face crack gets 1, and Jerry will take Freddy, although Freddy did get face crack for a 2 for 1. That's a 3 versus 3 overall. The bomb goes down to set up the CT retake. 1 open play from Relaxer, Button and Pleasant on the automatic weapons, but it's an M4 for Button and a CZ for Pleasant, so not the best of setups right here. Pleasant will still take the fight towards long, actually catching the head of Jerry. Pistol play at that kind of a range is not advisable, but sviat's going to tap his way on through. I think he may have spotted Pleasant dropping down into water, and will try and deal with him as appropriately. Eventually connects his head together as Barton tries and bursts his way on through. His little to take the frag and looking for Relaxer. Relaxer takes him back. He's got no defuse kit. He's got to work quick, and sviat's playing carefully and slowly and quietly. Will connect to second, bring forZe to 11. Red Reserve are starting to run out of rounds here. They have not a lot of cash. It is 3 rounds on the loss bonus. So what will they bring out here? CZ for Pleasant. Deagle for Freddy. No armor, no utility, and the USPs for everybody else. So it is a basic round once again from Red Reserve, the eco, if you will. Going to go heavily in towards this connected position. Try and catch one of these T-side players off, but not going to find anything. Instead, the T's will bracket them in from both the halls and mid. Grenade in the hole. Little should be able to take him down, if not face frag, which has connected himself 3 easy frags. And Pleasant and Barton are the last 2 left. Pleasant will get Jerry at least. There is 1 frag to be had, and maybe a gun to pick up from the lone T-side player. Barton also sneaking in from the T-side line. He could catch up XXE, and yes, he's going to be able to do that. Look for face crack as well. Nope. Face crack with a 4K. But they're still doing damage, actually. And this is a fantastic round coming in from Plessin. 2 kills for him alongside Barton. That makes 3 overall. Maybe able to get a little bit more. Actually, look at the HP amounts for forZe. 14 health in total for the T side. And they're going to do everything they can to avoid Plessin. But for Plessin now, surely his teammates must call it out that they are lit on the T side. So with this AK, he could still find shots to victory. He could clutch this out for Red Reserve. He'll make his way in through long. Face Crack's going to spot him. And the flashbang through the AWP out ready and waiting. We'll try and keep Plessin at bay for a couple of seconds. The AWP peaks. They are low on the HP. If Plessin makes this work, this will be a glorious retake for the Swede. But he's on the site, taking shots on shots, looking for Face Crack. The AWP, unfortunately, will shut him down as Face Crack turns on for the ace in this round. A 12-12 scoreline. Going to round 25. Both sides going to buy down into a rifle round. The AWP staying in play for the T's. And it looks like it's going to get picked up by XSE here. Meanwhile, Red Reserve are going to invest here with the AWP on Relaxer, the 4M4s for this CT side. But they need to make this one work. Here we go. Little in first. The rush coming out from the T side, but they're going to make it work. Sviat and Little for a 2-for-1. Jerry with a 3-for-1. And Relaxer and Button quickly, efficiently become the last 2 players on the Swedish side. They'll back out towards long. 2 versus 4. Not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. This retake is off, and forZe have gained themselves the lead above Red Reserve. 13-12. And this B site here has become more and more strong from the T side, or whether it's become weaker and weaker from Red Reserve, because I'm not seeing the nuances here. I'm not seeing whether this team are doing something right, or whether Red Reserve are just falling behind the curve. Maybe it might be nice to take a leaf out of forZe's book and take a tactical pause here, Red Reserve. Max loss bonus will be in play, and actually a tactical will get called by forZe, so, you know, as I'm talking about forZe's playbook, this is a tactical to let it simmer, just like, you know where you're at, you know where you stand, and you know where we stand right now. We are 1 map up. We need 3 more rounds to go to the grand finals. Red Reserve need 4 rounds to force us to map 3. forZe are looking extremely good right now. The Swedish side have a little bit of work to be putting into the CT side now. They need to make this work. They can't afford to lose now. They lose this force buy. I actually believe that forZe will make it up to match and map point. Based off the loss bonus, the fact they're on max there, the fact that they've invested in full in this next round, there will be nothing to work with for Red Reserve. Oh, Face Crack. Spotted from short there. Button trying to get a wall banger, and actually they'll make their way into short, completely uncontested. DJL will also be here alongside Freddy from Toxic. Here we go, Little to get the first, Plessin down. And he'll get traded back. Sviat on a quick trade of his own accord. Freddy Frog gets 2, but Jerry trades him out. 3 versus 2 now. Favor to forZe. It's all on Button. The bomb will get planted safe. The T side will fend them off, but Button gets a good shot on XSE. Back to a 2 versus 2 now. As Jerry tries to defend here from short. 1 more player. Face Crack going to rotate back, ensure that there's no backstab incoming from T spawn. But now uses the flashbangs, now uses whatever he's got. Molotov's into the bomb site. It's going to get counteracted by the smoke, but no man is there. No man's taking a fight, and Face Crack's going to go falling. Jerry close range because the AWP takes him down. Button's flashed it. Button's flashed it. He's going to peek out regardless. He could have stuck it. He may have just won the round for Red Reserve, but no, getting greedy for kills. He will get punished for it, and Jerry ends up with a 3K. forZe within 2, and DJL will finally call the pause for Red Reserve. What do they do now? Do they try for overtime? Or do they force it now? Deny forZe's push to that match point. Your move, Sweden. Your move. Russia has you cornered. It's going to be the force out. Do or die time. Red Reserve lose this round, they lose the match. It's as simple as that. Straight in, button taken out, face crack, double spray down. However, the Swedes have come out swinging straight from the corner. 1-2 punch to forZe, and they're only able to get one punch in. A 4 versus 3 immediately for the CT side. Over towards B, over towards A. Pleasant and Relaxer holding down A from long. That leaves the mid line entirely open, but it's a gamble and a risk, and it looks like they've risked correctly. Look at where these T-side players are going. Flashbang will start to peek it. Pleasant gets traded by Little. Relaxer still there, and he will take one back, but he's going to double peek of his own accord. He still gets the one frag before Jerry takes him out, and they know where the last T-side player is. Red Reserve on a quick rotation, but the smoke will cover the bombs cross straight in. It'll be planting in the smoke for banking APC. Good grenade landing, but Jerry's still alive, if only a little bit low. Freddy Frog will take him down. And Red Reserve, with a very risky gamble play, will just about be able to hold on to their 13th round. No defuse kit either, so if they were in a retake scenario, they had to make it quick, and they did make it quick, so more than enough time to get this defuse together. The AKs will get picked up. And Red Reserve bring themselves now within one of forZe's lead. But we're going to get shut down. One more buy to come back from the T side. AWP can get ball. AKs galore for them. They come into round 28. They want to shut down Red Reserve. They reset them now. They win this match. They go to the grand finals. Round 28. Here we go. Single AWP versus 4 rifles and a UMP for Pleasant. Red Reserve. Everything to win now. Nothing. Almost nothing to lose. Good start from face crack. Headshot in towards the midline. Shuts him down. Opens up the A bomb site. Opens up an avenue to the A bomb site. And there's only one CT there to shut them down. It's Pleasant. Close range, mid range. UMP's kind of okay at this position, but up against an AK, it's a far cry. And face crack will pick Pleasant off a 5 versus 3. And the CTs that remain, they are not interested in going for this one. It's a disaster for Red Reserve. But Jerry is giving chase. He's going to shut him down. He wants to take out as many of these rifles as they can because they know that Red Reserve are on a reset. And if they take all 3 players out now, it's game, set, and match. And look at this. The T side bearing down from all angles, suppressing them in towards Monster and T-spawn. Little peeking up. I think Relaxer heard the footsteps. XSC also creeping around, the AWP in his hands, and they're just trying to look for one of these CTs. They're just inches away. They will not take them down. Red Reserve, one final buy, one final stand for the Swedes. 2 rounds to OT. forZe win 1, and they are going to the finals. And they are also going to Star Series as well. Top 2 go to Star Series Season 5. Here we go, straight in. It's Little burning alive, but it's this noble sacrifice here for the T side as Freddy Frog will get the first kill on face crack, however. Okay. Plans derailed for a second. forZe have lost their first, but they've still got presence here. The bomb on the back of Jerry will make its way out from T main into park position. And Little is still here. He's ready and waiting to peek, to shut down an overextending CT potentially. Got to be careful about how he plays this one. They don't know he's here. Plesson's ready for it, fortunately. Still, they have absolutely no idea on his positioning right now. 50 seconds left. T's out towards mid and long to A. And 45 seconds remaining right now. Plesson's going to creep. Oh, this is good, but he gets Little down. Okay. Red Reserve, two-man advantage. And the hit's about to come in towards the A site. Jerry, XSE, and Sviat, they spot the first man. DJL goes falling. Flashbang's blinded, but Jerry sprays his way on through. It doesn't matter. Baton and Relaxer take them down. It's a 1v4 now for the AWP to clutch this out for forZe. It's not going to happen. And Red Reserve stay alive. 4 men staying alive of their own accord. 14 to 15. 1 round. We go the full 30-round distance in regulation. Red Reserve want themselves an OT, and forZe want themselves a victory. One final buy from both sides. It's full in the investment. AK is there. AK saved from Red Reserve. And the M4 also for Barton. The AWP in Relax's hands. A pause from forZe. Once again, I think this is pause number 4. So this is going to be the last pause they have for this regulation and for overtime as well. Full investment, a double AWP set up for forZe. Relaxer, oh man. Oh man! Couldn't hit it. Couldn't hit the first one. Okay. Thank goodness, because if that was the first frag, that would have been Red Reserve putting forZe on notice. XSE will get tagged up, however, towards the early mid engagement, it seems. 43 HP. A nice start, at least, from Red Reserve. Barton M4. Alongside Relaxer, AWP. Holding mid and bathrooms. A minute still left to go on the clock. Ooh, the wallbanger lands from Little. Plesson goes down. It's a good start from forZe so far. 55 seconds still left to go on this T-side clock. Molotov's rain true, but a quick flick from Alexa gets them back to a 4 versus 4. XSE dying outside connector, and I think that's the bomb dropped as well. I think Relaxer knows this. He's got this information called out to his teammates, but they're going to concede this part of the map rather than just defending it. Utility raining through from Little, and Jerry could try and set up fake towards this bomb site, but face crack meanwhile out towards long. Picks up Button. Freddy peeking, spotting Jerry, but Jerry gets the frag now. We've got a man advantage for us, but they got to deal with DJL. Headshot on the first man. Ready for him to come back. Will drop back into water. But he's the only man left for the AWP, spotting both players, but Little shuts him down. It's up to Relaxer alone in a 1 versus 3 scenario. AWP from heaven, and a retake for Red Reserve survival, let alone their glory. The incendiary will go down, the grenade will hit the site, but there's no charge surely for him. Little will peek around, burn alive a little bit, spot him, tap him, take him down. It's another 16 to 14 for forZe as Red Reserve get within inches of touching that overtime, get within inches of taking the map away. But unfortunately, in this particular case, it is just not to happen here. It's Red Reserve falling in the semi-finals, and forZe will overwhelm them and Sprout to get to the grand finals. The question is, Who will their team be taking on? That is the real question at the moment. Right now, we've only gotten through one half of the bracket. We still have 2 quarterfinals to play, let's remind you. Actually, we'll take a quick look at the bracket right now. You can see it, forZe have made their way through Sprout, through Red Reserve to this grand final spot. We've still got to see Avantgarde take on Fragsters and Spirit take on Godsent. And those 2 matches will be coming up next week on the Bets.net Challenger Series, mostly because several other teams are playing in other tournaments at the moment, so the scheduling doesn't quite line up the way we would have wanted it to. But either way, that is our matches that are scheduled. We've got 2 quarterfinals, 1 more semi, and the grand finals. One of these 4 teams is taking on forZe later on next week. So do keep your eyes locked out to all the social medias of StarLadder and the HLTV page for the Bets.net Challenger Series, and you'll find out all the more about these matches incoming, and you can find the scheduling, etc. for later on down the line. So thank you very much for joining me. I've been Switchblade Jay, and thank you very much for joining us here at the StarLadder offices. Once again, thanks again, and we'll see you very soon indeed.